guys, my name is Minka and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. I make videos on stuttering support, vlogs, mukbangs, and other cool stuff. Today in this video, I just wanted to make this video for those who do not stutter. And as someone who does stutter, there are a few things that, like certain things that you can do to someone who does stutter that can actually kind of hurt them when in fact you could be trying to be helpful to them, but it actually could be having the opposite effect. So one of these things is when you tell someone who stutters to slow down. Number one, usually it actually does not work. For some it does. So for some people who stutter, it actually can help to speak at a slower pace, but it can actually kind of like for me for instance, it can almost hurt. It can be kind of hurtful if you're telling someone to slow down, because it can make it seem like they're like a young kid, or like, you know, they have like a major issue and they can start to feel inadequate. So like for instance, if I'm talking like right now and someone tells me and they say, Minka, just slow down, just take a breath, calm down. To me, that annoys me so much, and it just makes me extremely furious inside. I can't really explain it, but it's just a feeling like, you know, like don't tell me to slow down, because first of all, that's most likely not going to help. Second of all, I'm going to be nervous talking with you because I know that you're so focused on my speech. So like showing that you're so focused on the person who stutters speech can make them stutter more, because it can make them more nervous. And I'm not speaking for everyone who stutters, so I just want to make that clear. I'm just speaking about experiences that I have had as someone who does stutter. And if you do stutter, leave in the comments below certain things that can kind of upset you or make you a bit mad, or just make you not feel good about yourself with someone who. And if you are someone who does stutter, leave in the comments below certain things that those who do not stutter do or say to you that can be hurtful to you. And I also just want to say to you, one other thing as well is when you tell someone to like just try to like pronounce the words, like that's also one other thing, is when you're trying to tell the person who is stuttering to just try to pronounce their words, that can also, it doesn't really help, because like let's say they have trouble saying words that begin with B, C, or P. So if I'm trying to say the word baby, and you're saying, okay, just sound out the word, like you're trying to tell me to sound out that word, it's not gonna help me. It may help some, but I know I've heard this time and time again from numerous people who stutter, who say that when you tell them to slow down and when you tell them to like stop or when you tell them to just pronounce the words at a slow pace, it makes them very nervous. So it's not a nice thing to hear when you do stutter. It's also like a psychological thing too, because no one wants to be told what to do. And for something, you know, that's relatively easy as speaking, if you're being told, you know, that you need to speak a certain way, that can be very, it's not a nice thing to hear. So it can make you just feel kind of dumb and stupid. One other thing too is that also really is important, is when you are talking to someone who does stutter, it's important just to act normal, you know, like don't act like, oh, you know, like don't act like they have an issue because like I know it can be different hearing someone who does stutter, because you're not used to hearing that yourself. But if you encounter someone who does stutter and they are trying to speak to you, and you may not really know how to react because you're not used to hearing it, but like don't just like stare at them. Like for instance, like if I'm talking and I'm starting to stutter, people, they'll just like stare at me. Like they'll just like stare, and I'm just like, stop staring at me. So I guess like you know what I mean is like just act casual with them, you know, like don't act like they have like an issue, you know, like that type of thing, if that makes any sense. And then one other thing too is if you are someone who does not stutter and you encounter someone who does stutter, one thing that I think is really important too is when you are listening to someone who does stutter and they are trying to sound out a word, this might be hard not to do for some, but don't like lean in and like squint your eyes and just be like really trying to listen to what they're saying. For some reason, I personally don't like that. Other people who stutter might not mind, but for me, I don't like it when people do that to me, you know, because I just feel like they're just, you know, it just makes me nervous. It just makes me nervous to the point where I just start stuttering more. So just, you know, like I said before earlier in the video, just try and act as casual as possible and just not treating the person like they have any type of issue. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button. I will see you in my next video. Bye!